So I want to know, is there a video of Mr. James dumping that body? They've also told witnesses in this case that they have the murderer in custody. Not the investigators. They get it. The court says that cops can lie to people all the time. We're talking about the lawyers for the government. They said they've got the murderer in custody and that he's implicated Mr. James and his fiancée. And they're saying that to get them to testify in a different way or to do some other stuff. If those things are true, then he should be charged and he's allowed to defend himself, which is I've been saying from day one. If they're not true, it's disturbing and it's the most basic form of a due process violation I can think of. It's also legitimate grounds for a whole host of other problems for them. So I would think the court should be very interested to know if prosecutors in this case or for this county are lying to material witnesses about evidence against Mr. James. They can't do it. Lawyers are just barred for lying. So if they're not lying, then they need to allow Mr. James an opportunity to see that evidence and defend himself.
The defense attorney is well aware of what happens when you put a witness on the stand. What they say in the police report may be very different when they say in the stand. So in terms of additional charges, we don't know. Could be witness intimidation, could be additional CSCs. Mr. Schildgen mixing apples and oranges. Well, all his statements regarding whatever happened and what was said about an SUV relates to a murder case. We're not seeking to add anything on the murder case. If there's a murder case, we will charge it and we'll be happy to share everything.
Judge, what if I just, in my written response, if I had just said, everything that guy just said is untrue, then does it make it untrue? No. They're required, especially when there's now an allegation that there's potentially potential misconduct on the part of the way that they're talking to other witnesses, that throws the credibility at issue. And I would say that I think the court needs to at least entertain that.
Okay, thank you. The court is going to grant the people's motion to remand this to district court. First of all, to preserve the testimony of the witness in question. This young man's on tether. He'd have to just keep remaining on tether if this were to continue. It's appropriate to preserve his testimony through the remand. Also, I don't see any substantial prejudice to the defendant to allow the remand, and therefore the motion is granted.